hospital formulary. What is that? It is nothing but the formulary which in which contains the various drugs and various information of that drug. It is nothing but the hospital formulary, and in that the now definition. The hospital formulary is the list of pharmaceutical agents with its important information which reflects the current clinical views of the medical staff. Now it contains the list of drugs and the drugs which is used for various diseases in various conditions. So it need to be that information need to be enclosed into that typical hospital formulary. The hospital formulary system is a method whereby the medical staff of a hospital, with the help of pharmacy and therapeutic committee, select and evaluate medical agents and their dosage form, which are considered to the most useful in the patient. So this formulary can be prepared with the help of this pharmacy and therapeutic committee, and which selects the various drugs. They identify which drugs are useful, which drugs are best for taking into the list of hospital formulary. So they will evaluate all the medical agents and dosage forms. They will also consider which dosage form, which injectable means which concentration of injectables or which concentration of drug or what which NDDS, or it may be implant, it may be depot. So they will identify the useful uh, route of administration, useful dosage form which is required for that typical drug. So and they will also plan the various ways of treatment, or various from the various ways which one is the best way to treat that typical patient or the treat the typical disease. So they will identify and they will plan. The hospital formulary system provide the information for procuring. It provide information for purchasing of the drug, and how they will purchase. They will ask the quotation from the company, and from that quotation which one is the best quotation that they will select, and they will place the order. They will place the order for that specific drugs. After that, prescribing, it having the great role into the prescription. Doctor cannot prescribe by his own way. Whatever drugs has been mentioned into the hospital formulary, only that drugs can be prescribed by the physician. So in prescribing, it is having very great role. After that, dispensing and administration of the drug. Dispensing whatever drugs is going to be prescribed here, only those drugs will be dispensed. And administration is also important. Whatever the drugs which has been prescribed, that drugs how it will administer to the patient, it is also mentioned into our formulary, by which way it will use, and what is the frequency of that drug, or how much duration, or how much days the therapy will prolong. So that all things will be discussed here. Administration means how you will instill the drug, means eye drop into your eyes, how you will give the subcutaneous drug like insulin into your thighs, or how we will plan the drip, means how will give the normal saline. So in this way, or how we will depot, how we will release the control drug, how we will plan the NDDS, how we will give the intrathecal route of administration, how we will give that drug like ketamine or any drug or any anesthetic you are using. So it provides the guideline for the number of drugs and their uses and administration under the non-proprietary and proprietary names in instance where the drug have both names. Now here proprietary and non-proprietary. Proprietary means banned. There is specific trade names by which company it owns. So the formulary may go for the proprietary as well as non-proprietary. Non-proprietary means the drugs which are obtained from loan license, or they don't have their own molecules, and these are the brands. For example, suppose if Crocin is the drug, so if Crocin is belong to the Glaxo, so it is a brand of Glaxo. It is a brand name. Only I am placing the example. So like that, if the drug it is of our loan license, or the drugs which are generic drugs, so they may comes under the category of non-proprietary drugs. So this formulary may ask for both the type of drugs, because they have to think for branded drugs as well as non-branded drugs. Origin: the first scientific hospital in India was published in 1968 by Pharmacy Department of Christian Missionary Hospital at Vellore. So at Vellore, that missionary where the research institute were also developed, this their department have produced or published the first this hospital formulary in 1968. The first hospital formulary for government teaching hospital in India was published in 1997 at Government Medical College Hospital. It is at Trivandrum. Advantages. Here we will discuss the various advantages of this formulary. In that, first is therapeutic. In therapeutic, how we will treat the various types of diseases. What is our plan of work for treatment? It can be decided by in therapeutics. What is the peak level of that drug? What is the half life of that drug? What is the toxic effect, side effect? By considering that side effect, which drug we will add to counterbalance that side effect. So in this fashion, all the planning has to be done. How many drugs you will start for the therapy? How will be your loading dose? How will be your maintenance dose? What is your state concentration? So in this fashion, how the therapy helps the formulary, that can be decided here. After that, for how many doses you will give that therapy, or which drug you should start in case of suppose anti-cancer therapy. For specific type of cancer, we must go for specific drugs. For example, in case of breast cancer, we will go for the drugs like which are inhibiting or they are blocking the estrogen receptors, like tamoxifen drug. We will start tamoxifen. We will combine with methotrexate after that. So in case of hypertension, we should go for the calcium channel blockers plus beta blockers plus diuretic. This will be the first line of drug. After that, we will change that drug. After that, we will go for the AC inhibitors, or likewise for another drugs, or vasopressin like that, or we should go for the various drugs. So in this fashion, for each therapy, in case of tuberculosis, we should go for the first line drugs, for example, streptomycin, rifampicin, ethambutol. After 2 months or 1 month, we will change the drug accordingly if they are producing resistance. So this is the line of treatment. So in that line of treatment, the hospital formulary is having great role. And currently, in case of corona condition, for corona, what drug we should give? For symptomatic, we should go for a treatment. And simply the azithromycin is having great role in treatment of that disease also. Only your immunity will fight against that. And recently developed that remdesivir it is also having very great role in case of corona. And when you have to give that drug daily, how many microgram of that or what is the concentration of that drug, we will go for that typical diseases. It can be decided by the age, sex, characters, your health status. So in this fashion, by considering all these things, the drugs can be planned for the therapy for the typical diseases. Now, in economic conditions, we know our India is developing country, so we should also think regarding the poor people, the peoples who are having low economic background. So for those peoples, we should go for the cheaper drugs, the drugs which can be reached of the peoples who are below poverty lines. So that's why the government have developed the new strategies. They have opened the various Janta medicals for all over the India. Earlierly, they have developed for district level, and after that, now it is available at tehsil level also, in village level also. It may be available, it may possible, so that the life saving drugs or the important drugs, it should reach for each and every person, each and every poor people also, the people who are not able to purchase the higher range drugs or costly drugs, so they can purchase these the drugs which are we are getting at cheaper rate also. So in this fashion, in economic also, this formulary is having playing great role. Now for education purpose, the drugs which are planned or which are developed into the hospital formulary, they are useful to educate firstly for physician, after that pharmacist, after that nursing staff, what drug you should prescribe, which therapy, which guideline you should go. After that, you should discuss regarding the side effects, and you should tell you should educate that drugs use for nurses, how to use that drug. So in this fashion, for education purpose also, this formulary have played the great role. After that, rational drug use. This is very important point. You need to be considered here. Try to understand what I'm telling. Try to understand its importance. Rational. Rational drug use is nothing but the when we are giving the proper drug, specific drug for specific treatment for specific period. That is nothing but the rational drug use. And when we are giving the unnecessary drugs for unnecessary purposes, non-therapeutic way, unnecessarily, and it is nothing but the irrational drug use. And nowadays it becomes fashion to give a vast list of drugs to any patient, and some drugs are only required for the typical treatment for that patient, but sometime it may become problematic, because if you are giving a number of drugs at one time, definitely it will produce the drug interaction, and it is one of the cause of for death. Out of 10, one person is dying due to the drug interaction nowadays during treatment. So here the rational drug is very important, because doctors are doing, I am not criticizing all the physicians, but there are some lobby of physicians who are doing this malpractice, when the doctors are prescribing unnecessary drug which is not required. They are only for attaining their target, they are for achieving their target. If they are prescribing those drugs, it is called as irrational drugs, and it will also produce the the development of polypharmacy into a pharmacy, and which is unethical. We should never accept or never expect this irrational drug use. So it is also very good advantage of formulary rational drug use. I hope you understood rational drug use. If you don't understood, you can ask me at any time. Disadvantages: deprive the physician of his right and privilege to prescribe and obtain the brand of his choice. Yes, this may be one of the disadvantages for the physician, that whatever drug he's thinking about this therapy, this drug or this brand may be the perfect, he cannot prescribe. That will be the one of the advantages. But if we'll see the sake of the patient's health, so for that you can sacrifice this privilege or his right, because health is very important for us. After that, next is permit the pharmacist to act as a sole judge of which brands of drugs are to be purchased and dispensed. Yes, so here the pharmacist become the sole judge, means in pharmacist it is having the authority that which brand, which drug, which molecule he need to be purchased and dispensed for the therapy, for the treatment. And if you will see, in India, pharmacists are not practicing the pharmacy, but in other countries like US or in European countries, there the pharmacists are doing really pharmacy practice, means they are becoming the clinicians, means only diagnosis is done by the physician, but the drugs are prescribed by the pharmacist. And that's why there the sole judge for the brand or the drug is done by this pharmacist, because pharmacists know each and every aspect of the drugs. Pharmacists know its developments, he know its chemical constituents, he know its chemical structure, its SAR, QSAR, is its pharmacological effects, pharmacodynamic effects. So each and every aspect, each and every shade of that drug, pharmacists know. So that's why pharmacists must get that proper justification of that drug. He must have the proper right for judge the drugs. So in this fashion, this may be two disadvantages. Now guidelines for hospital formulary. There are few guidelines that we need to discuss. The government body of the hospital should appoint pharmacy and therapeutic committee composed of physician and pharmacist, which will prepare the hospital formulary. So there are group of physicians and pharmacists, so they will develop this hospital formulary. PTC means pharmacy and therapeutic committee shall sponsor and outline the purpose, organization, function, and scope of the hospital formulary system, and it should adopt the principles as per need of particular hospitals. So according to that typical hospital, if hospital is of heart, if it is for cancer, if it is for now it is for COVID, so for that typical PTC should develop that typical hospital formulary system. They will organize, they will develop them, and they will uh, uh, prepare their importance into the hospitals. Now PTC develop policies and procedures. Medical staff adopt these subject to administrative approval. So the various policies has been developed by this PTC for medical staff and the nurses. So they should adopt them, whatever policies or whatever rules has been developed by this PTC in hospital formulary. So it need to be followed by the medical staff, means physicians, doctors, or nursing staff, or ward boy, or pharmacist, or pathological department. So they need to be follow these policies. The policy and procedure shall afford guidance in appraisal, means their development, appraisal, after that selection, whatever drugs they will select, after that procurement, storage condition need to be considered. For different drugs we are having different types of storage condition which we need to be fulfill. Distribution, use, safety procedure. For some drugs we require some safety procedure, we should protect some drugs from some typical things, and other matters related to the drugs into the hospitals, and shall be published in the hospital formulary or other media available to the member of medical team. Now, prescribers should be strongly encouraged to prescribe drugs by their non-proprietary names, because proprietary names may go for due to some schemes the doctors are getting, because nowadays it is very common that doctors are getting schemes, they are getting some encouragement, they are getting some targets, they are getting some benefits from the various pharma companies, due to which they will go for that typical proprietary names, typical brand names, typical companies. For example, nowadays the company like Glaxo, or Mankind, or Pfizer, or Sun Pharma, so they are giving various schemes, they are giving various facilities for the doctors, so they should go for their brand names, and they will get some benefits. That's why the government or the formulary are developing such policies that doctors should go for the non-proprietary names. Generic equivalents Generic equivalents means the drugs which are having same molecule, so and they are having same chemical name but different brand names, but that the generic medicals has been open, so generic equivalent drugs we should go for. And therapeutic equivalents, suppose that a molecule is not having that much use or that much effect in that type typical disease, so we should go for the another analog of that molecule in the same category. For example, if you are going for the drugs in case of simvastatin, in case of lipid decreasing drug, so you should go for the lovastatin or simvastatin or rosuvastatin. So we should go for the different other analogs or other uh, other drugs of that same category. So therapeutic equivalents or other antibiotics, if one antibiotic is not having that much effect, so we should go for the alternative antibiotic or alternative drug for the same therapy. So these are the policies has been developed by this hospital formulary. Pharmacist is responsible for selecting from available generic equivalents. So pharmacy is having the great role to select the various specific drugs from the equivalent generic drugs, and he can give that drug to the patients. That the prescriber has the option to specify the brands for the peculiar prescriptions. Now it's in India we are giving the same drug for the all persons, all male, female, age. We are giving the, but in the another country, like country like US or any other country, there is one department that has been developed very strongly. It is called pharmacogenomics. By keeping thing into the mind by their genes, their genetic sequence, so we are prescribing drugs. But nowadays in India, only emerging after a few years. Let's see what developments are going on. But here, prescriber is having choice from the number of drugs. What drug we should choose for that typical patient, and we should prescribe to the that typical patient. Now, PTC, Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee, is responsible for determining those drugs, products, and entities. Now, medical and nursing staff are informed about the changes into the hospital formulary system. Labeling and labeling of medicine with non-proprietary names followed by decided formats. So in this fashion, we have discussed the half portion of this hospital formulary today. So students, for today, this much topic is sufficient. From tomorrow, we will continue the next session. So goodbye for today, and sorry for your inconvenience. So due to some technical issue, I have to repeat the whole lecture again. Thanks a lot.